on the game and the performance?
Well, obviously, we in the end, I'm not going to stand to make excuses and say that we weren't well beaten in the end. But possibly everything that could go against us has gone against us this evening. And the boys have, they really have got, the one big thing we come out of it is they kept fighting, showed a lot of spirit. But I think you know the quality of these teams when they come here. It's difficult enough task as it is, but when you go down to 10 men, it makes it even more difficult. And then some of the goals that we probably gave away are just no like us. Too many probably from set plays, too many giveaways. But listen, I don't want that to overshadow that they came out and they gave it a right good go. And they weren't lacking in that department. Yeah,
particularly the start of the game. You started the game pretty well, you know, and arguably the better side in the opening 15 minutes. And
I thought so.
And they had an awful 10 minutes, didn't you? Everything went wrong.
Oh, and I'm standing here and I'm trying to be honest because I don't want it to look like I'm making excuses, but I think the first 10-15 minutes I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, we look okay here. We're knocking it around well and we're sticking to what we do as a group. We're getting it forwards well and defending well, but then we sort of contributed heavily to our own downfall, didn't we? We had a few individual errors and losing a goal from a set play in a second phase, which is not really like us. But I'm not really going to stand here and pick the bones out of it because that wouldn't be fair to the players because they've played with 10 men for probably 75 minutes and gave us everything that they had.
And again, second half, you know, even with 10 men, you started trying to be on the front foot, you got on the back foot, and then other end, 3-0. You know, you don't defend a set piece again.
Yeah, I mean we can go over that. I mean we are struggling with injuries now. We did try to protect a few people, and you know, Connor Jennings is going to be suspended. Jay Harris is going to be suspended. It's really turned out to be a bit of a nightmare in the end, isn't it? When we try to protect ourselves from that and try and use the group to get us through what's going to be a busy period, and now we're going to be even more sort of hamstrung, if you like, by injuries and suspensions. So you know, and Auburn's come off as well. We hopefully not too bad a quad injury, but at the minute, if the game was tomorrow, he wouldn't play.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the second half. He was obviously holding it, and eventually you brought him off. You know, as you say, you're trying to protect players. Well, you haven't got the replacements as well. It makes it really hard, and you're playing a side that's pinging the ball around, isn't it? And you're trying to stay in the game. Yeah,
we're trying to stay in the game. We kept working and fighting and kept trying to get back in it. We'll never be lacking in that. It's just to lose the types of goals that we did obviously made it very difficult for us.
And the crowd were appreciating that as well. I mean, they realised, you know, obviously you'd made mistakes, but they were right behind you and just trying to keep the spirits up of the players that were out there, even though obviously they were tired and putting the effort in.
Yeah, of course, you need the crowd to get behind you in the occasions, but listen, we all know we want to draw a line under it, and we'll move forward very quickly from it. We'll come in tomorrow and just move on fast.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to wipe this one from the memory now, haven't you? Think about the Dagenham performance and go on to Gateshead and think that way.
Yeah, listen, we want to build towards being able to compete with these teams in the future, Tranmere. That's for sure. We're trying to do that. And in order to do that, we have got to be fair to the group and say that we are working forward. Our priority is playing teams at our own level and trying to get victories against them. We'll learn our lessons from this evening, and if there's anything we can take out to improve people, then we will, but I think we'll probably just move on very fast.
You obviously had plans for Gateshead, I'm sure, before tonight, but I mean, you must have thrown them up in the air. Is it first off, just find who's fit? I mean, that's the first thing you've got to do before you can even think about formation and how you're going to play again.
Yeah, I think we were having a bit of a head count yesterday. We will be having a head count now. Tomorrow we'll try and see what we've got available. Won't be making any excuses. We'll be sure that we'll be able to put a team out there that can be very competitive, but we could do without any more misfortune that way.
Yeah, I mean, you try not to put sort of round pegs in square holes, don't you? You try and have a formation that works for you, but when all the injuries and suspensions are against you, that makes it really hard for you as a manager.
Yeah, it does. When you tot them up, the amount of players that we haven't got available makes it very difficult for us at the minute. But tonight's what it was. We'll get them in tomorrow, and we'll move on very fast.
One or two lads on the bench, obviously, sort of easing into the two new loan signings. Obviously, I mean, might you have to move them on a bit more quickly than you thought? Cole perhaps, and he might get a start where you may have rather had him on the bench. Is that an alternative?
We'll have a look tomorrow. We want to digest tonight. We'll have a look tomorrow and see who's who and what's available. Certainly in the middle of midfield now we have problems. So we'll have a look at that. We'll continue to try and use the group to try and get through, because it's a very busy period for us. Try and use the group because they're all here to play first team football, in order to try and keep them all available and not pick up sort of soft tissue injuries like we did the other day with Jeff and I can't even remember, we've got that many injuries now, but we'll continue to use the group. Listen, we'll dust ourselves down very quickly. My job now is to get us prepared for the weekend.
Everything's on the table. Might you look at loan players that are out if you need be? It depends how desperate you are.
Well, it's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as that. I think people think it is, but it's not as easy as that. We'll have a look and see what we can do. We'll certainly be doing the best that we can for the football club.
No excuses, all together and give it a real good go. Yeah,
that's what we're all here for. We get up there, and now what we've got to quickly do is get ready. Starting now, getting recovered, drawing a line under this and moving ahead and getting ready for a massive game on Saturday.
Could you just get your thoughts on the red card?
I think it was, yeah.
You're disappointed that a player of Jay's experience made that tackle at that situation in the game?
It's difficult because you can't have it both ways. Everybody wants them to be competitive. There's been occasions where we've made challenges like that and come out in the right end of it. I don't want to take that competitive thing away from it. So, in this occasion, it never went my way.